It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Sacramento Kings out at Golden One Center. Well, for Sacramento, they're second to last in the West, and that's not what they had in mind at the beginning of the year. Instead of this being a turnaround season, it's become more of the same old story. And tonight, we'll watch De'Aaron Fox, tremendous speed and quickness, even when compared to other point guards, Shaq.
You know, the point guard position in the NBA is stronger than it's ever been. Irons sharpens irons, so I think it'll be special.
Yes, he's speed, and speed does kill. He's a competitor on both ends of the floor. I love this guy.
And with the game just about ready to begin, time to send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
At the small forward position, at 6'6", number 8, Bogdanovich. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'11", number 35, Marvin Bagley. Starting at point guard, at 6'3", number 5, De'Aaron Fox. At the other guard position, at 6'3", number 24, Buddy Hield. Your head coach is David Yeager. Once again, your Sacramento Kings.
The Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And, of course, Willie Cauley-Stein. Let's see how they continue to fare without him.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago, obviously looking long-term rather than short.
Get a nice clean game, huh?
So Memphis will get the first possession. Now look at Memphis's starting group. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Garrett Temple is out there with Conley, and it's Green in at the 5. Conley's shot is off. Goes to Kufis. Some call him 2K. Over 10 years now. Hard to believe of NBA experience.
Wow, he's a quality player out of Greece. I mean, a quality role player. He knows his role. Rebound, defend, finish inside.
Now Bagley, following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Here's Temple, covered by Hield. And Temple kicks to Green. No good from outside. Anderson against Bogdanovich. Kufis dishes to Fox. Back to Kufis. The pass to Fox. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bogdanovich. From the high post, he drills it. Bogdanovich has got the first basket of the game for the Kings.
Polished offensive player. Bogdanovich has a nice-looking mid-range shot, and it just continues to get better.
Conley with a wide-open look, and another miss by Memphis. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Bogdanovich looking around. Over Anderson. And that one hits back iron. Grizzlies have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Pass to Green. He kicks to Temple. Jackson with it. Covered by Hield. Jackson misses.
Not getting anything to fall here early. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Kept alive. Bagley the pass to Hield. Lays it up off the glass. Hield's got his first basket.
I like how Hield gets solid positioning inside. A terrific score close to the basket.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Green with the ball. 17 points for him last game against Portland.
Don't forget his rebounding work, too. They couldn't contain him on the glass.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Fox against Conley. With some arc, and Fox gets it to go.
You can tell how much confidence Fox possesses. I mean, it's unreal how he nails these tough interior shots.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Well, we're about halfway through the season now, Chris, and you can see the mental grind getting to some of these teams and some of these players.
Yeah, this is why leadership, and especially veteran leadership, is so important. You got to keep guys focused, motivated, and ready to play. Yeah, the season is long. It will wear you down. You have curveballs thrown at you every day. It is a mental grind, a mental toll. But how can you keep that focus through all of it? That's the big question, and usually you lean on those veterans in the locker room.
Fox with the steal. To the paint. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Fruitful possession. Just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
And another miss by Memphis. Kings leading now by 8. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. He said one of the challenges they face in this matchup is the shot blockers. He said we've got to use pump fakes and get their guys up in the air. Anything that helps us convert close-in looks, or at the very least, get to the line. Kevin?
David, thanks. Sounds like he's prepped his guys on how to handle this opposing defense.
And no surprise there, because they're facing a team that can win games with its defense. They are an aggressive bunch from the start.
Well, look, you can play with pace, you can play with speed, and still be patient. And that's what this team is going to have to do against this aggressive D. They can't force things. They've got to play smart and in control.
A nice shot by Koufos.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Even as the team rebuilds, business booming for the Kings. Chris, ticket sales, sponsorships, you name it.
Well, the fans are doing their part to make this team a winner. You can bet that.
Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. You look at the Grizzlies. They've managed to crawl down to the 9th best record in the conference. And, of course, Sacramento. They're 5 spots away.
And I think for Memphis, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
And credit goes to everyone, coaches, players, front office. I mean, they've all been determined to avoid a repeat of last season. The results speak for themselves.
And he jams it with authority.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They've built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominating physically.
Now here's Conley. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. Poked loose. Fox with the steal. In the corner, it's Hield. Fox kicks to Bagley. Back to Fox. Over Conley. Fox, no good.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Anderson finds Green, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Coach Dave Yeager never missed the playoffs as head coach in Memphis. Chris, is it tough to go from that kind of success to a team now in rebuild mode?
You bet it is. I mean, it's a different challenge to build something from the ground up. It takes a lot of patience. You have to appreciate the small moments of progress, even when the wins are few.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
He's off on the first. So he comes up empty at the line.
Yeah, and for years the Memphis Grizzlies were a team that everyone hated to face, and an extremely proud franchise trying to right the ship after a terrible showing last season.
Yeah, easy call.
And for the Grizzlies, the one thing you can always count on was, Chris, they would bring maximum effort every game.
Last year was very out of character for them. The team lost its focus, lost some of its will to win, some of its fight. Going forward, expect major changes to this roster.
2 shots. Roof shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, the Kings, they're trying to create some continuity. I mean, the coaching and the front office positions are now signed through 2020. They say there's a unified vision on getting back to the playoffs.
Both free throws good from Anderson. And the Kings have built a solid front office, and they're sticking with the plan as Coach Yeager is now in his 3rd season.
Well, stability is crucial. I mean, we remember the debacle before Coach came in. I mean, you want to hire good people and empower them to do some great things.
Now here's Hield. 7 points in the game, just 5 on the clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Pulls up on the wing. That shot off the mark. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Whether life or sports, that's all you can do. Stay committed to your brand of basketball and let the chips fall where they may.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. De'Aaron Fox, another hyper-athletic point guard out of Kentucky. Great size at 6'4". He can impact the game at both ends.
Andrew Harrison's checked in for the Grizzlies. Free throw good, Fox. And De'Aaron Fox made his mark at Kentucky with his terrific on-ball defense. He puts a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up 94 feet, and that's really how you set the bar for your team, with how hard you compete at the defensive end.
Now here's Jackson. He had 13 points in the win against Portland.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Big-time scoring is always a premium, Chris, when you're evaluating players on the offensive side. What do you hope to find as you kind of break down their game?
I hope to find that you can dribble, shoot, and pass. Because if you can do those things and you're a great scorer, then I know that if you get double-teamed, you can find an open man. that if you have the heart of an unselfish player, that you're willing to think 2-3 plays ahead of how to set someone else up that's struggling, because a great player can always get their own. And also on the offensive side of the ball, are you careless? Do you value possessions? Do you make easy turnovers? And if you do make a turnover in the offensive end, what is your temperature like defensively? Will you run back and get back and try to get a stop? What type of player are you overall? Great offensive players are result-oriented, not necessarily seeking individual numbers or acclaim, and that's a big part of my evaluation.
Along with the rest of their troubles last year, the Grizzlies had a very hard time stretching the floor.
Yeah, and they were 25th in the league in three-point percentage. I mean, teams did not have to respect them from out beyond the arc. And that made an already pedestrian offense even more sluggish.
Here's Fox, following the score by Memphis. Pass to Bagley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Chandler Parsons.
And that's the thing about Bagley. Big, athletic, versatile, very hard to stop without fouling.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
That's good from Bagley. Compared to when you were playing C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. It's a lot more emphasis on mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders. The Ben Wallaces, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with the mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And it's Harrison with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 16. Last time they met was in Memphis.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Well, yeah, we saw how deep they can go. No drop-off at all. I mean, when they went to their bench, the points just kept coming.
Here is Ibaka after Memphis gets the 3.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Harrison passes to Caspi. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Parsons outside. For 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Well, we know Parsons loves the perimeter. Though with a lot of moving parts to his mechanics, he does lack some consistency.
Now here's Hield. 7 points in the game.
That's the second foul, and now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a third foul and force him to sit on the bench.
Labissiere's checked in for Bagley. And Memphis also making a switch. Green's checked in. And so here's Sacramento, leading by 12. Pass to Hield. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. Parsons with the rebound. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. He can't hit that time. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Well, Greg, what amazed me was they could sustain nothing on offense. They'd make a couple of buckets, then go right back into their shell.
Farrell can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Parsons' shot is off. Farrell looking around. Kicks it to Shumpert. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Harrison passes to Caspi. Memphis moving that ball around. Out to Brooks. The tray. Grizzlies with a fresh shot clock. Parsons against Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. They shoot again. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Sheer willpower from Parsons. You can tell he embraces trying to score through the foul.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Parsons. Chris, one strength for the Kings has been their bench.
Well, their reserves have carried them at times. I mean, for a young team, though, you know, you're developing guys, and you like that competition. The subs pushing their counterparts in the starting lineup, that's not a bad thing.
Now here's Shumpert. Takes the 13-footer, and Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Here's Brooks. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Harrison. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Serge Ibaka. 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spurt.
And back to his efficiency from 3. As you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Here's Farrell. 9-point game his last outing. The pass to Hield. "11 feet away, and too long on the shot."
Now, I think he lets the D get to him there, and he rushes it. I mean, he has plenty of space there if he just takes his time.
15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Harrison. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. They get the rebound. Parsons. And finished off by Parsons.
We need more of this from Parsons. I mean, he has the length and athleticism to be a factor on the glass.
And so it's Sacramento holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be back with you shortly. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Kings here, they've been really putting on a show, guys.
I think they played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Sacramento, we've got Labissiere. Farrell is out there with Buddy Hield. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Shumpert in at the small forward. You know, when it comes to ongoing contract negotiations, C-Web, how distracting did you find it for those players and for yourself to deal with all that going on?
It can be very distracting if you allow it to take over. What I would suggest for players in those situations, whether you're a restricted free agent or a free agent, I would give you one piece of advice, and I think LeBron has epitomized this. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about what team or what pending teams or what city you like to go swimming in or you and your wife visit in the summer, because all that does is create confusion. And all it does is send a message to fans and other players that maybe you're thinking about something that you can't control at that time. And so usually I think you should go introspective. You should work as hard as you can to improve and to get better. But that is something that definitely can distract you, and so hopefully you have a great layer of people that can be barriers from kind of the outside noise. The contract is going to be what it's going to be, and the only way you can continue to prove your worth is by going out there executing every day on the court.
Good stuff. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. De'Aaron Fox is checked in for Sacramento. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Temple's checked in. This year, kicks to Fox. That three off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Right side, Conley. And he makes good on the layup.
Man, it's easy to admire Conley. Even when the defense gets physical with him, he knows how to stay in control.
Conley against Fox. Pass to Labissiere. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Here's Farrell, and he comes up with the deuce. Farrell's got his second bucket.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Now here's Conley. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Green. So it's Sacramento now. The Grizzlies making the shot. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside Shumpert. Over Green. Shumpert, no good. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. And their next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. Count it. Good.
Normally Parsons does more of his damage on the perimeter, but here he is punching it inside.
Fox passes to Labissiere. To the middle. Here's Farrell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Yogi Ferrell, the undrafted Indiana product, went undrafted after staying all 4 years in Bloomington, but he has shown, Greg, to be a very strong player.
Yeah, and Ferrell is the perfect example of why you give a 4-year player a chance. Knows how to make the most of his time on the floor. I think he could start for a team, maybe be the 6th man, lead the second unit, play off the guard. He is just such a versatile player.
The first one falls.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Kufis checked in for Sacramento. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Shumpert. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Kyle Anderson comes in for Dylan Brooks. And he can't hit the second.
And with over 20 years as a franchise, the Grizzlies still haven't had that one tremendous season. Just one conference final appearance, and they have yet to make an NBA Finals.
Well, talking about the Grizzlies, before last year it looked like they were on the upswing, Chris, but then the wheels fell off completely.
Age and injuries are the two momentum killers. You need to infuse young talent, and the Grizzlies' draft record has been spotty at best.
Bagley, he's checked in for Scalabiciere.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Now, here's Bagley. 6 points for him. Farrell for 3. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Conley with it, now guarded by Fox. Now here is Conley. Defense right on him. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around him.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. Off with the layup. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Inside. Jackson misses.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop still should have went for something better than that, though.
And you have to admire his focus. Not a good matchup for him in terms of size differential.
Well, he has the ability to make some subtle adjustments. I mean, just create just enough space to get your shot off.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Last season, Mike Conley was injured, only playing 12 games the entire season.
Man, it was rough for both Conley and the Grizzlies last season. You can see how important Conley is through his absence. I mean, he has been struggling with injuries the last few years.
One shot, gentlemen.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
Here's Temple. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Well, yeah, they refused to go away. Things were looking bleak for a while, but they hung tough.
And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring, and the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
That one drops. He ties it up. Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Fox against Parsons. Here's Bagley. Over Conley. Here's Koufos. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, the Kings, they're trying to draft high-character players from winning programs. I mean, that's a good blueprint for their turnaround.
No luck that time either. And the Kings, a team bedeviled in the past by chemistry concerns and C-Web diverging priorities. This young group feels, to me, different.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully it is a change. They seem to root for each other, and that's something to build on. I mean, I think they have good camaraderie in the locker room, but they're going to have to prove it every night out there. But these young kids are going to be fun to watch if they just go out there, try to get better every day, and have fun.
The Kings have not shot all that well from the free throw line, 6 of 11.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Temple finds Jackson. Down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
The Grizzlies have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Conley.
Now look, he's an elite defender at his position. Conley also contributes in many different ways on the offensive end.
And Conley drops them both.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
Here's Farrell, 7 points in the game, and that one drops. Farrell's got 7 points for the quarter.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Now Conley to the inside, and stolen by Bogdanovich. Now here's Bagley, covered by Parsons. Bagley with the bucket. And now a 5-point Kings lead. Conley kicks to Anderson. To the middle. Here's Jackson. Koufos grabs the miss. Koufos has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
The Kings have made a little more than half their free throws today, 7 of 12.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first free throw is good. Harrison's checked in for Parsons. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And it's Conley with the ball for Memphis. 7-point differential. He kicks it to Jackson. Offline with his three.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Here's Farrell, 11 points in the game. Here's Bogdanovich. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Temple, and Anderson has it in the corner. Conley surveying the D. Just 5 to shoot. Temple can't get it to go.
I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
Here's Farrell. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Grizzlies have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Conley, the pass to Jackson. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Jackson's got 7 points.
Now, the location of that assist was awesome. That was a sweet lead pass.
Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Kufis. And Jackson with the block. They get it back. Anderson against Fox. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him there.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Conley. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Kufis inside, guarded by Jackson. Outside, Bogdanovich. The offensive rebound. Bagley with the bucket. He's got 13.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Harrison. Passes it to Conley. Jackson has the open look. That 3 off the mark.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Bagley dishes to Fox. Pass to Bagley. Down low. It's intercepted. Conley against Fox. He gets it in there.
And his shot, it's come around. For most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
Now, here's Fox. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City. Timeout is called, first of the game for Sacramento. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Skal Labissière's checked in for Kufis. Ibaka comes in for Bagley. Amon Shumpert's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Hield subbed in for Farrell. Memphis also making some changes. Caspi, he's checked in for Temple. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Mike Conley. Brooks finds Anderson. Back to Brooks. Just 5 to shoot. Deep 2 from Anderson. And the shot no good, a bit short. Sacramento leading by 7.
Oh, look at Skal Labissière. He grew up in Haiti. In the 2010 quake, his family's house collapsed on top of him. Luckily, they were rescued, and that drove him to leave the U.S. at age 14 to pursue a basketball career.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Hield kicks to Labissière. And Labissière throws it down.
Oh, and when Labissière is that close to the bucket, the D is done for. Like seeing him finish with the flush.
Left side Jackson, 13 feet away. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Caspi gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Sacramento, they have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. And he knocks down the first one.
No, I love Shumpert. I mean, defensively, he's reliable, but offensively, you know, these guys now can depend on him, and he has a great sense for when to shoot the ball as well.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Green's checked in. And both free throws good for Shumpert. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Here's Harrison. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Green, no luck.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Fox gets it to go.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of, but it's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
Here's Harrison, guarded by Fox. Harrison kicks to Green. Over Labissiere. And it comes off the front of the rim. And so we wrap up the first half. Kings ahead. They lead by 11. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. You know, that's our strength anyways. And for us, you know, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. A tremendous game we're seeing from Marvin Bagley. He had 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
I know he was in college last year, but this guy right here, Marvin, Mr. Impressive Bagley, 6'10", long, athletic, tremendous first step. I love the competitiveness, the aggression, willing to put the team on his back when necessary.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, look, they turn the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from Marvin Bagley.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Garrett Temple is out there with Conley, and it's Green in at center.
Passes like that help develop team chemistry. Bogdanovich, I love the display of unselfishness.
Here's Temple. The pass to Jackson. Takes the 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Fox has got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Temple the pass to Green. Cans the shot from the wing. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And here is Fox. Kicks to Heel. Shot clock at 5. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
Sacramento leading by 11. Outside Conley. Out left to the wing. Memphis moving it around. Jackson in the corner. Fires for 3. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one.
I love the awareness. Conley is adept at reading the defense and realizing when his guys are uncovered.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Bagley.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Here's Temple. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Three-pointer on the way. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Here's Temple, covered by Heel. And Temple kicks to Jackson. Anderson up top. He has 5. 4 on the clock. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Inside, Bagley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Last year, C-Webb, the Grizzlies really had a hard time getting good looks.
Only 3 teams had a worse field goal percentage. Now, they lost their starting point guard for most of the year, but at some point, someone else has to step up.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
And really the potential Bagley has is so exciting. Just an absolute menace on both ends. And you can tell he wants to be great.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Jackson from long range. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got his 5th rebound in this one. He kicks it to Heel. To the inside. Here's Temple. He has 5. Passes to Green. Now here's Conley, covered by Heel. Pass to Green, uncovered. The Grizzlies with another miss.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Koufos. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Bogdanovich against Anderson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Anderson's got 7 points in the game.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Fox against Conley. Fox passes to Hield. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hands it from downtown. He's got 10.
I love seeing Hill shoot the 3-ball. He's a high percentage scorer from there, firing with ease.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Buddy Hield grew up in a tough area in the Bahamas. Didn't have a lot of things the rest of us all take for granted.
Yeah, he slept in a room with all 6 of his ceilings. At the crack of dawn, he'd tiptoe over them. I mean, think about this. To make sure he got to school on time, he had to be the first in his kitchen to boil water for his bath. I mean, what a story. Shows you where he came from, but also shows you what he's about.
The Kings making a switch here. Farrell's checked in. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Chandler Parsons, a player who's just had some bad luck with injury. You think back to when he was at full health and how impactful of a player he was. Still working to get back to that level, but it's been a long journey for Parsons.
And that one falls for Parsons. And with Parsons, it wasn't that long ago he was a top small forward with his scoring and playmaking.
You know, at one time thought to be the ideal small forward, you know, to give you a little bit of everything on the floor, could get to the rim, could stretch it with the perimeter shooting, and a solid defender. His outside shooting, I think, still there, but the burst that allowed him to get good looks is something injuries may have taken away.
Having signed some big free agent contracts in his career, Parsons has really only been held back by knee troubles.
Farrell passes to Bagley. Over Conley. Bagley with the bucket. Bagley's got 16.
And we saw this from Bagley in college. He has very good touch around the rim.
And Temple kicks to Conley. Some nice passing there by Memphis. From outside, off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Farrell passes to Bogdanovich. And here is Hield. Back to Bogdanovich. Shoots the 3. Unable to get that one.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here's Jackson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Now here's Bagley. 16 points for him. And the shot goes in. 18 points for him.
And I tell you what, when Bagley plays with energy, it is difficult trying to stop him. Awesome at just staying on the attack.
There's Jackson with the 3. Koufos grabs the miss. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Bagley kicks to Farrell. Offline with his 3. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Outside Conley. He dishes it to Jackson. At the elbow, Green. Parsons for 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And the rhythm Parsons plays with, excellent at realizing when he should shoot off the pass.
Farrell passes to Bogdanovich. Hield kicks to Bogdanovich. To the paint. Here's Bagley.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Oh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Some changes for Sacramento. Labissiere's checked in for Koufos. Ibaka comes in for Bagley, and it's Iman Shumpert in for Bogdanovich. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Caspi, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. Dylan Brooks comes in for Garrett Temple. And it's Harrison in for Mike Conley. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Harrison.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Here's Farrell. He's got 13. Now the pass to Labissiere. Kicks it to Shumpert. Lets a floater go. Ibaka. And he drops it in from the low post. Ibaka's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, with a hand in his face, no less. Inside, Ibaka uses his long arms to convert through the contact.
Here's Jackson, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. Sacramento leading by 7. Farrell passes to Shumpert. To the paint. Pass to Farrell. Brooks against Hield. Passes it to Shumpert. Drains the three-pointer. Shumpert's got 11.
Okay, Shumpert is a super confident three-point shooter. Look at his release. Superb extension.
Jackson with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Here's Harrison. Softly drops in the floater. 6 points for him.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Here's Farrell. He's got 13. From outside, off the mark. Brooks against Shumpert. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Brooks.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Now here's Labissiere. Shumpert in the corner. 6 to shoot. Caspi gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Kings making a switch here. Fox is checked in. Here's Labissiere over Jackson. Labissiere, no good.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Here's Parsons. Ibaka with some nice D.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the paint.
Shumpert dishes to Hield. Back to Shumpert. He kicks it to Ibaka. 5 on the clock. Here's Hield. The shot from the low post is good. Hield's got 5 points in the quarter.
I like how Hield runs the pick and roll. If he gets any separation off the screen, he's ready to fire.
Pass to Caspi. Hands the 12-footer.
And he's not going to pass up that one. And trust me, he shouldn't. He's solid from that in-between there.
Fox kicks to Ibaka. Back to Fox. 1:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Banked in off the glass. Fox has got 9 points.
It's good seeing Fox work his magic down there, looking unafraid, even though he's not the biggest of guys.
Harrison passes to Jackson. Now here's Brooks. And the pass to Caspi. Off target with the jump hook. Sacramento leading by 8. Hield kicks to Shumpert. Back to Hield. Red ball movement here by the Kings. Hands it from downtown. 7 points for Serge Ibaka.
And many people consider Ibaka to be the NBA's premier 3-and-D big man. In fact, we see more and more teams searching for an Ibaka of their own.
Now here's Jackson. 14 points for him. From 13. And an air ball on that one. Way off. And for Sacramento, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. And Shumpert kicks to Fox. Brooks against Hield. over Brooks. It's rebounded by Memphis. And so it's Sacramento holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Right back after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. Bogdanovich out there with Ibaka. And it's Labissiere in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. On the wing, Brooks. Jackson trying to break free. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Brooks.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And that's now 9 points for Serge Ibaka. Harrison passes to Jackson. And it's Brooks at the elbow. Pass to Caspi. 13 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Fox, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Driving with ferocity. I mean, when Fox puts it on the deck, he's fantastic at finding ways to finish.
Anderson's shot is off.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
This year, kicks to Hield. Passes it to Ibaka. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Kufis checked in for Sacramento. Memphis also making some changes. Jermichael Green comes in for Jackson. And Mike Conley subbed in for Caspi. Here is Ibaka. Outside, Bogdanovich. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Look, I mean, think about Bogdanovich's skill level. It's tremendous. He can handle, pass. I mean, as we saw with the Rising Stars game last season, he shoots with deep range.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. And see, Webb, you talk about the skill level for Bogdanovich. 6'6", he can play some point guard if you need him to.
Oh, yeah, just think about this. Bogdan, a great passer, very unselfish. I mean, maybe too unselfish sometimes. As well as he shoots, I'd like to see him be more aggressive, hunting his shot.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Andrew Harrison. Good on both.
You know, an all-around threat with a promising future. I mean, Bogdanovich has the tools and the drive. He could be a solid player in this league for many years.
Now, here's Green. It's stolen by Ibaka. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. A nice shot by Kufis.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. And Temple kicks to Conley. Back to Temple. Conley against Fox. They need this. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
First one falls for him. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Sacramento leading by 14. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Fox kicks to Bagley. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Bogdanovich. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Outstanding at taking it to the cup. Now look, when Bogdanovich is in attack mode, it's great to watch.
Temple finds Anderson. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And he uses the glass on the layup. For Sacramento, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. To the inside, Conley. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
The versatile game of Conley. You can spot up and drive. He can create for himself. He's a tough guy to defend.
Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. Trying to find Fox. Gets it to him. And you talk about that quick twitch athletes have. De'Aaron Fox is a blur in the lane. Chris definitely an attack guard.
Oh, yeah, and it's not just his quickness, Kevin. I mean, it's his mentality, his aggressiveness. He's very competitive. He wants to impose his will on the game, and I love that.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
What sticks out about Fox is his speed. He's one of the fastest guys in the game at both ends of the floor.
And he's good on the second. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Outside Conley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Look at the speed of Conley. He creates such problems for the defense. That's how he earns these calls.
Free throw good, Conley. And Conley drops them both.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Hield kicks to Fox. Shot clock at 6. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in.
Shooting just 1.
One shot.
Free throw good, Fox. Here's Temple. Kicks to Jackson. Back to Temple. Pass to Conley. Jacks up a three. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. Sacramento leading by 14. Healed outside. To the middle. Here's Fox. Got a piece of it. Left side Anderson. Out to Conley. The three. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
There you go. His first three-pointer of the night. That should calm him down. Maybe even get him going a little bit.
And there's the pass to Bagley. No good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Temple, covered by Hield. That cuts the lead to single digits. The Kings have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Now, here's Bagley. Back to Hield. This one for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Kings lead by 12.
And the three-pointers is becoming a weapon for him now. You can see it. I mean, this is his second of this half, 3rd overall.
Here's Anderson, and it's blocked.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooter.
Anderson against Bogdanovich. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Now look at that. That's just a great all-around play. Getting into position for the offensive rebound, finishing strong on the putback.
Conley left side. And the wide-open shot from Green. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Fox passes to Bogdanovich. Hield dishes to Kufis. Stolen by Anderson. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. And good that time. Anderson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Memphis.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second.
Kufis finds Hield. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
My buddy, you can't give Hield these mid-range chains. I mean, often he's going to bury them and make you look foolish.
Now here's Jackson. Outside Conley. Pass to Temple. Memphis moving that ball around. 5 to shoot. Releases. Conley's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Hield with the bucket.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Here is Conley, following the basket by Buddy Hield. Three-pointer. The shot will not fall. And the Kings going the other way now. At one point, they led by 16. Fox, no good.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
It's good.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Sacramento leading by 11. Outside Bogdanovich. Hield outside. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Kings now. Fox against Conley.
Grizzlies foul. Connor Anderson. That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Kings, De'Aaron Fox. Taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw good, Fox. No good on the second free throw. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Conley kicks to Jackson. Anderson passes to Jackson. Over Bogdanovich, and Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Look, I don't know how he got that one to go. About as tough of a shot as you can think of.
Passes it to Bagley. On the wing, Hield. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Oh, he's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. One guy who's been getting it done is Buddy Hield.
Oh, he's tearing them to shreds, and I'm sure the only thing they're talking about in this timeout is what to do about him.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Marvin Bagley.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. Fox against Conley. Outside Jackson. Back to Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Green. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist in the game. Kings leading now by 9. Hield outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
So everybody knows he's a talented guard. He's a deadly scorer. He can get hot in a hurry.
Taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
He gets the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Conley. 1:56 left in the 4th. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Conley's got 11 points here in just the second half. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th. Now here's Hield. He's guarded closely. Fires at the elbow. Yep, that one goes in there. Hield's got 13 points now in the quarter.
born to score the basketball. As soon as Hill sinks a few, watch out. He's feeling it.
Conley against Fox. Conley into the lane, and it's blocked by Ibaka. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth. Bogdanovich finds Kufas. Buries it down low. And the Kings lead by 13.
Oh, wow, such a willing passer. Bogdanovich doesn't look for his shot. He also wants to get his teammates involved. Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Kings.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They've lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Marvin Bagley.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Sacramento making some changes. Labissiere's checked in for Kufas. Shumpert comes in for Bogdanovich. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Buddy Hield. Then for the Grizzlies, Caspi. He's checked in for Jackson. Brooks comes in for Anderson. And Andrew Harrison subbed in for Garrett Temple. Now here is Ibaka.
And with the time remaining, I'm just not seeing it.
Well, you know they like to have some plays back, especially a couple of those stupid ones from earlier. But I tell you what, they'll learn from this.
And the Kings with possession. At one point, they led by 16. Conley against Fox. Inside. Labissiere kicks to Ibaka. Back to Labissiere. In the corner, Ferrell. Just 4 to shoot. A pass to Fox. On the wing, Shumpert. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.